Hello everyone, Sundays.2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on Simply Random, a mod that simply adds a multitude of different machines you can use, so things like a auto crafting bench, a pump and floodgate, tree farm, cobble generator, and so on. Now each version does differ. 1.11.2 and 1.12 seem to work pretty much similarly, or have similar features, but 1.14.2 and 1.15.2 are a lot more stripped back and have minimal features. So yeah, 1.15.2 though does have a few new ones though. But yeah, we'll go through 1.11 and I might show 1.12 just as a comparison as well. So yeah, as you can see, if I can get this to show up there, let's see, there we go. So you can see a multitude of different blocks, some upgrades, tanks, and a few components, which with 1.12 you can see pretty much similar there. And I assume similar functionality, and it's mostly just a port. They do say it's recommended not to use though, as it's broken, but we'll test just in case between both. But otherwise, yeah, it does also say something to do with copper, tin, and lead, but I haven't seen anything. So, yeah. But most likely it's due to the RF API for the tree farm, I assume, is mostly why it's broken. But in 1.11.2 that seems to work perfectly fine, so yeah, I'll just pause this. So, going from left to right, we have the wrench, which is made with iron ingots and iron sticks. Iron sticks are obviously a recipe component you'll be using in a multitude of things like gears and other machines. Is made with 2 iron ingots, and you get 8 of these. And you can see some of the things it's made with, of course, like so. And then for other ingredients, you've got the wooden gear used for the glucose energy extractor, and stone gear, and many more machines as well. And you've got things like the machine components, combining them, and then being used for something like a machine frame sort of thing there. And then you've got the upgraded like so, with many of these surrounding the wrench, and then you can make the miner, which I'm not sure if it's completed yet. Other way. So, we'll move on to the tanks, which is simply, obviously, 8 to 128 buckets, and the basic tier is made with glass, as well as panes. You can upgrade to iron with iron ingots in the corners. You can then use this for either the next tier or a pump, in whichever way you choose to make it, with an extra stone gear or a bucket. Then you've got the gold, like so, with ingots in the corners, obsidian, and then diamond. So yeah, obsidian isn't the highest tier, diamond is. So yeah, which obviously is not a typical thing in recipes sometimes. So we'll just place these in the world, and you can see the differences between them, not only by texture, but also by how much they store. So we just put these here, and then move into using the wrench. We can see what each one gives us. So with the wrench, with the tanks, you can simply sneak and right click and it'll put it into your inventory. As you can see, obviously we've got nothing in it, so it doesn't display anything. Put, say, a fluid inside and pop it. You can see that it stores 8,000. We'll do the same with any of these others as well, just so you can tell how much each stores. So glass obviously stores 8,000, iron stores 16. You've got 32 on gold, 64 on obsidian, and diamond on 128. As you can see with what I've got sort of working out there, which I could have just used the wrench, but I didn't at the time. So yeah, so quite useful. We'll actually try with putting a fluid in and breaking it with, say, a pick, and see if we can still pick it up, as you never know when using tools besides a wrench whether or not that is the case. Or with, I guess, for example, different tiers, or with your fist as well. So, just get, say, many diamond ones, place them in the world. Okay, so we'll break this, and we'll see what happens. space in our inventory even, so it doesn't really want to. It's taking quite a bit of time. We might go with glass, just in case if that works. Which it seems it's not, so it's probably just going to break it and not pick it up for us, I assume. So we're going to rely on a pick for the most part, or a wrench. Yep, so that's going to take a while. Try the pick. Seems to be fairly similar. There's no breaking animation indication with actual cracks on the block though, so nothing nothing with the pick either. No diamond pickaxe either, so it seems you mostly have to rely on the wrench for this, so that's interesting. So there's that. Then again, it is pretty cheap, so not too bad. In terms of spaces for taking up in your inventory, of course, it changes things. So just remove these, we don't probably need them. Otherwise though, we have the upgrades if you want, so you just need a wrench and the corresponding materials inside and it'll convert it. So just put, say for example this, get a diamond upgrade and see if you can skip ahead, probably not. And we'll just get a fluid and see if it keeps it inside when converting. So, if we do this, it changes to iron, so it does keep the fluid inside, but we can't skip tiers of course. You do have to keep using the prior tier to then upgrade it, so there's that. Moving on obviously from tanks, we have the pump, made simply like so, and this pretty much just picks up fluids like so. So if we just break the tank, we get say a diamond one for example, we'll get the lever out of the way and test if we can without redstone signal, and you can, and you can see it picking up water. If we use a signal, I don't think it changes anything. Nope, so you can't use a redstone signal to prevent it from picking up fluids. So there's that. But yeah, if you want fluids to then be stored in a tank and have it automatically get them for you, you can use both in coordination, one to pick it up and one to obviously store it. And you could use this, I assume, also in the nether, and it'll store that. But since the water's infinite, it seems to be doing it pretty easily. But we'll test in the nether a bit later. Otherwise, there is the floodgate, which doesn't have a recipe, but I'm not too sure what this does actually. I'm not sure if it's supposed to prevent water, as it's not something like a sponge, for example. But yeah, I'm not actually too sure, unless it's just like a block of sorts that maybe appears with one of the others. I'm not too sure, but other than that, it's a block that exists in the mod.